So today is day four, and just get into that. Yes, and yeah, run there, copy that, pin up the website. And now we can drag. So that's not an issue. Okay, today is day four. Let's start the feature in the better Zoom feature. Let me start the timer. And let's start. Okay, okay. Naive zoom. Let's just editor quality zoom. Okay. To zoom towards the top left. Zoom toward cursor. Yeah. The point under your mouse stays fixed while zooming. That is a really eventually one point for day four. Not even cursor that I zoom yet. So exactly like you did with pan. Okay, so today's goal mouse wheel updates camera zoom. Setup camera updates. World scale. Now, first, already supports world or scale.6 state also. So the remaining side is already prepared. That is why the earlier artificial work matters. Okay, now let's create camera. Inside camera, setup zoom.ts. Okay, so just do the same. Yes, many things will be just using the same thing. Let's just copy this and put it here. The closed curly braces, and then instead of setup, we'll just use setup zoom, and let's get started. Zoom should update camera store only, not world or scale directly. Okay, yeah, okay. So first we're just handling the wheel. So first we just prevent the default thing happening. So if I just zoom, it already zooms like a default browser. So we need to stop that even, I guess this has the same effect. So we need to stop that. So just using that. Okay, we just get in a event. Okay, that's fine. Okay, next thing we does is just get the state and we have the zoom speed. Okay, there is some math going on. So there is nothing much else. We're just handling the wheel. Okay, so first let's copy this, put it in here with the closed bracket. Let's see. Okay, so first we are handling p dot prevent default. This is first thing we are going to do. And then we are getting the state. Okay. And then const is equal to 0.01 or 001. 001. Okay. And e dot delta y times zoom speed. Okay, we need to understand what the math really is. What's this? Which is zoom. Okay, first we get the zoom ratio. That is 1. So zoom minus e dot delta y. So which is coming directly from the event times the zoom speed. Okay. So other thing is we are getting a clamped zoom. That is, wait, let's just see. Math dot maximum. So we just get the maximum of these two, that is 0.2, or math dot minimum of 4. And let's see. Okay, we'll just ask the AI to what it is actually saying. And then we are setting the zoom to that. Okay, with that, we'll just keep this array. Exactly. Now we are just adding the listener. So just know what pass is equal to false does. Just ask the AI and we just return it. So this is the basic setup. Now inside workspace. So inside workspace canvas, we'll just import setup camera. Right. Sorry, setup camera. It should be setup zoom. So inside setup zoom. Okay. And again, play up zoom maybe. And just provide the same. Clean up zoom is equal to setup zoom dot. Yeah. So with this, we, yeah, it works. But it is zooming towards the center. That is the left corner. Still, we are not using the cursor-based approach. Let's increase the zoom speed. Okay. What about this? Is it working? Oh, now it's okay. very, very fast. What about this? Refresh. Yeah, this is. Wait a minute. Is it persisting? No, right, Okay. So just add the local storage, other things. Stop left. Yeah, no, that is this. We do not try to fire it immediately. Okay. Okay. Now it is what? Okay. So now we need cursor center view. Yes, we have done it. Okay. So no issues. Zoom behavior feels wrong. The entire editor feels the messages immediately. Okay. Zooms towards top left, loses cursor focus. Okay. Professional editors solve this by keeping the mouse word position fixed during zoom. Okay. Okay. Screen space, that is word space conversion. Camera offset correction, zoom compensation map. Okay. Cursors enter zoom. Smooth camera behavior, workspace coordinates, window entity, runtime FM. Okay, we'll just hold this and let's just focus on these two. But before that, we need to understand what actually happened. And the entire world is being scaled relative to what originates it currently is. So visual. Now it's visualize what's happening. Imagine your world. Okay, your grid, windows, everything exists inside this world. Now when you do world.scale.set, you are effectively saying double every coordinate distance from the world using objects farther from zero move dramatically more. Okay, okay, now I understand. Hmm, okay. We'll just get the mouse X and mouse Y. Okay, world X is equal to mouse X minus camera.x divided by camera.z. This is equal to y because mouse discrete space. World is transformed. You reverse the transform. Apply next is recalculate camera position. The cursor stays fixed. Okay, so again we are just preventing. This time we are getting the x, y. zoom and set position. Okay, and we're just getting the mouse rectangular bounding box. Okay, then mouse X e dot client X minus rect dot left. Also, we just converted into the X coordinate. Oh, that's top. Just to the right top. Okay. The mouse position in world space. Okay. And for the okay, just copy both of them. And again we have zoom speed, clamped zoom. Next we just have the so we have the same thing for everything. Just keep the next X and next Y. Then we set the position of the next X and Y according to the okay. And that moves towards the cursor. Okay, let's test it. Yep. So we just zoom it, and if I zoom out, we're technically panning to the right. Okay, it works. Okay, it works. So we'll just cd Mosbius add dot git commit and updated the zone towards the center of the cursor. Git push. Oh, okay, we have the zone. And, okay, so the next important thing is okay. So first we'll just create a fixer window. So we'll just not focus on the dragging windows or window resize or the other things. But it is saying to stabilize window architecture. So we got 40 minutes. Now let's take a decision. Yeah, I guess if we just focus on stabilizing the window architecture first, then we can update the DOM overlay layer And if we able to use the same pattern for the down layer too, we can apply all of these just in a single take, or just focus on the window right now, and then the DOM layer, and then worry about the other things. So which do we want first? Okay, now we have two choices. First, let's do six set position. Hmm, yeah, yeah. So what you're saying is the reason it becomes messy producer is due to the pixel head on a separate system, so they should both derive from shared window state, meaning window state. Okay, then Pixie Visuals use it, DOM only uses it. No manual syncing logic. Yeah, we just don't want the Pixie windows initially because we're just now focusing on not moving the windows, but just placing the windows and viewing the React code in a preview mode. So we can just skip the part with the Pixie windows and directly focus on the DOM layer. Cool idea. And honestly, that is probably the smartest engineering decision right now because the true product innovation is core native runtime workspace, not window decorations. Yeah, window chrome can come later. Now, the likely correct MVP partition becomes DOM overlay runtime. Just another important thing. The DOM overlay should eventually use camera transforms to meaning when camera pans, runtime moves accordingly. This is very important. Now, another major recommendation: do not use iframe immediately unless isolation becomes necessary. You actually get much better MVP speed by directly mounting React components. Cycling reduce resize, sync, focus issues, even movies, it's a more complicated communication layers. True visual runtime workspace, not full runtime sandboxing. So honestly, I would recommend. Yeah, so let's skip the PC. Okay. Okay, so I also have one more thing to say. So let's take Figma as an example. And when we are creating a page, let's say, so we just create a big container. We do not worry about the height. We may have a fixed width for the desktop. So you just have free height so that we can just keep designing without worrying about a fixed height. So that's the second thing. So we shouldn't worry about the height of the DOM overlay. Yeah, so this number can vary based on the height of the actual window of the DOM. So just create a maybe but for that, let's say, okay, one more thing to add for the DOM overlay. We need about the height because it, instead of something that is I guess I have some issues with my internet connection. Okay, don't worry about that. Nicely. Okay, with this understanding. Okay, we have an export type for issues, and then we have Windows Store. Okay, we have the list to have the total number of windows. We just add a window, update window, remove window. Okay, these are all fine. The next step is we are creating a Windows Store. We just setting. Okay, this is to add windows. We are using spread operators to get the previous things. Why am I having a syntax issue? Okay, Maybe it's just because what? Let's just keep working. So just when we are adding a window at the previous stage, update the window, and we're updating a window. We have the ID and what are the updates in that, and we just map of a window using the ID, and then we just update it. Okay, these are all basic React stuff. Okay, so removing the window, we just filter, and if the ID is right, we just okay. Suddenly, what just happened now? Before this, we had a syntax issue. Okay, that is because of TypeScript. Okay, okay, understand. Since we have defined the types, it is expecting the add window, update window, and remove window here. Okay, wow. Okay, okay, that was good to know. And with this, we have updated the windows too. I thought it was a syntax error, but now I understand. It is a TypeScript warning us that you may miss one of the function in your use Windows 2. Okay, that was good to know. Okay, okay, okay. It is done with these two. Now let's focus on the next thing because I just don't know what it has planned. That is okay. Because now camera exists, window entities exist, workspace exists. If I need visual runtime mounting. This is where Mosbius starts becoming real. Okay, now architecturally, workspace rule on the pixie canvas already there. It is there. So we need the DOM layer. The DOM overlay is extremely modern because it bridges React runtime with spatial editor workspace. Now create components. DOM overlay.tsx. Position absolute. So we need one more inside this, that is components. Okay, dog overlay dot tsx. Oh, I thought the O was capital because it is common React practice, which uses camel case. Okay, okay. So meaning transform. Okay, okay. this, but before that, we'll just get a dot from it and updated the Windows Store git push origin name. Okay, so the current order is empty DOM window, camera synced overlay, window positioning, pan synchronization, zoom synchronization. Then we'll focus on the last 2 points. Okay, because if camera plus overlay is unstable, everything later becomes painful. Okay, so now the immediate target should be really, yeah, we'll have a Windows 2, then an empty DOM window, positioned in world space, moves with camera, zooms with camera. Nothing more, no runtime, no file system, no rendering. Yeah, okay. Create an empty window. Right to this. First, create DOM overlay.tsx. Okay, now implementation. Okay, so first let's import the cameras to and cameras to and then import Windows to. Okay, then we're not exporting it. Maybe we have the export with. Okay, so just use sorry. See then we remove this. Okay, we got that. And inside this, we have things from the canvas to Windows Store. Okay, that's fine. Then we have a return function. So which is absolute insert zero overflow hidden. Okay, for the things we discussed previously, you just remove this. Okay. Auto close HTML tag. Install this. Now let's try again. Yeah, okay. So this is good. So we are directly working with the style. Why? Just because we want to use this. Okay. Instead of directly using the styling property, we want it to be mostly. Let's see here. Effects. I guess that's right. Okay. Then we will import. Yes. CSX. Is that available? Yeah, that's available. Okay. Why are we still using the same style? That's my question. Okay, but still we are using style. Then why the hell do we want to install this CLSX if we are still using the style? I'm not a huge fan. Use inline styles. Let's just be clear of using that. Awesome. Dogs. Let's ask it to do web search. Yes, with this, it will provide the right thing. Yeah, let's just ask it. Okay, my internet sucks today. Okay, so let's keep fearless in the pocket. Just remove those. Just separate so that So just create one more folder called styles and then create mole transform.txt, create mole transform.txt, then create window style.txt, create window style.txt. So just return transform the x, y, and zoom and transform origin to the top left. Okay, that's some basic stuff. And in the window style, we want to import the workspace window. Import workspace window. Okay, from there it is coming from. So, okay, okay, let's get into the JSX. Okay, from here, not this. Okay, let's get into the here. And inside the top, okay, just see, we'll just have it there. And inside this, how do we want to use that? Okay, style is equal to x, y, and zoom. Then we have position absolute insert 0. There's one more thing. Just highlights the class names, class name completion in CSS. Okay, now this class name formatter. Yeah, okay. Let it just just the publisher in install and we'll just Map the window. Okay. So we just need width, windows dot width maybe. Width. No, we don't have that. We need width, number, other stuff. Let's see how it does. Yeah. You just provide the window, that's it. Yes, it's wrong. Because we don't have something for window. Oh, okay. So we are not sure. So this is just normal stuff. This is other than that. Yeah, 2 minutes left. Import it. Import overlay. User slash code slash. Timer is done, but let's just simply test if it just works. Okay, so just cuts a blue. Let's see. Renders. Yep, there we have it. Okay, the pointer events are not working, which is a great sign. Then I cannot zoom. Okay, so the normal zoom is applying inside so this can go to the normal thing. And why is that? We shouldn't. Just this. Just about the syntax. Anyhow, Okay, that's another thing to learn. Now we just add it, commit, and updated, test, dot overlay. Okay, so we just finish it off for today. We just get into the advertisements and let's go back to the normal thing. So we don't need to be worrying about the window as of. Okay, so everything works. Okay, let's end screen. End.